Hello everyone and welcome to Craft N Yap, the only show on YouTube where the Minecraft in the background is actually being played by the guy telling you his life story. And today I am going to talk about some movies that I watched when I was a kid. And not your usual movies like your your Pixar or your DreamWorks. I'm talking interesting movies. Movies that not everyone has seen. Cool movies. Very interesting movies. Movies such as a movie franchise that I loved very much as a kid, known as Halloween Town. This movie is it's about like some kids who turn it, and it turns out that their parents are, well, their mom and their grandmother are witches. And now I shall explain the plot of this movie and its sequel because, well, it has more than one sequel, but I'm just going to explain the first two, though I will mention one of the others. Movie starts with some kids having a Halloween party. Well, they want to have a Halloween party, but their mom is lame and won't let them. So their grandma, for some reason, only comes every Halloween, and so and so she comes and gives them like candy and other things that grandmas do because they're all nice and whatever, and she reads them a story, despite the fact that two of them are teenagers, but the other one's a little kid, so it makes sense. She tells them a story about this place called Halloween Town with a bunch of monsters and stuff, and a snot man, as one of the little kids calls it. Eventually, we see a scene where like the grandma reveals that she's actually a witch. Ooh. Turns out to be a witch, and she like brings a dead chicken back to life and then redeads it, which I always thought was kind of morbid. But regardless, she has to go home back to Halloween Town, but one of the kids is being naughty and and the older girl, she snuck out of her room and saw this conversation. So she convinced the other kids. Well, she didn't really have to convince the little girl that much, but her brother, who is a nerd like me, he didn't want to, but he did anyway because reasons. And so they track the grandma, and she's going onto a bus, and they see that the little well, I don't actually know if he's little. He might be the same age as the girl, but I don't know. They don't really say that in the movie. He doesn't really believe it, but then they see their grandma's bag start moving like it's alive and stuff. Ooh, it's all spooky. Yeah, and it moves like it's this cute scene with like this funny music playing, and she talks to it like a dog because it kind of acts like a dog. It also makes some dog moves. And getting a little off topic. I mean, we're still talking about the movie, but regardless of that, the bag in that original scene was very cute, very nice, because they didn't use CGI, because back then it was like the 90s. CGI was really bad in the 90s, so it's all like puppets and makeup in the first movie. But in one of the other movies where they like bring monsters to a high school or something, we see the bag again, and it's this CGI abomination that my editor should be putting on screen right now. Look at it! Look at this abomination against man. I'm not an AI artist. Do I look like I want to see gross abominations like this freak? Like, look at it. It's horrible. It's ugly. I don't like it. It's a disgrace. I say a disgrace. And well, I don't know. Ooh, that's pretty deep. Ooh, iron. I need that. So they go to like. So anyway, just ignoring that. What? Fuck. Oh, shit. Anyway, so, sorry about that. That was a little spooky. Let me eat my mutton. Anyway, ignoring that. they follow her onto the bus and they go to Halloween Town where they're escorted by this skeleton who drives a cab for some reason. He's got like a Brooklyn accent, or is it I don't know accents. It's either Brooklyn or Jersey accent. I can't really tell. But pretty spooky. But yeah. And he drives them to their grandma's house, and she's like all surprised because they're not meant to be there. And she tells them a bunch of stuff about witches or whatever. I want this. But anyway, but like, you know, it's like, so the grandma, like, she shows them some cool witch stuff. The little girl opens her gate with magic because they're all witches and have witchy powers. But like, yeah, so like, but their grandma tells them that there's this weird thing going around town where people start disappearing and stuff, and it's all spooky and whatever. And the grandma's friend, which is also a witch, but like older or whatever. Well, she looks older. She probably isn't. I don't really. They don't really explain how witch aging works, because like the grandma's like thousands of years old, but only looks like she's 50 something. But, you know, I've always been told that I'm bad with ages, but like in a good way. Like, I think people are younger than they are. But ignoring that, they like buy the teenage girl a fancy broom from a broom store, because, you know, instead of bicycles they have brooms because they're witches or whatever. And it's all cute and whatever, and like, you know, they meet this guy who like he's like a jerk or whatever, and he like tries to get the teenage girl to date him because he's gross or whatever. She does at the end of the movie, but like, you know, I don't really like that part. I should probably make more charcoal. Yeah. So he tells them about how he made some deal with some guy or whatever, like on some warlock type shit. Speaking of warlocks, this is one of those dumb movies where like the magic system is gendered, where guys are warlocks and girls are witches. I think it's really stupid, but like, I don't know. I don't know if Harry Potter came out before this movie. It probably did, but like, I don't know. And like, so like, anyway, as I was saying, they eventually learn that their mom shows up, and she's all mad because they weren't meant to go to Halloween Town because she's boring or whatever, and they get mad at her because, you know, she's boring, but like, because she's like boring, and like, you know, the teenage girl says some dumb angst thing of, I'm gonna join a motorcycle gang, and it's like that's not nearly as tough as it sounds, buddy. But regardless of that, they eventually find this old decrepit spiderweb theater with a bunch of people who look dead. I mean, they're monsters, so maybe some of them are dead, but like, ignoring that, it kind of creeped me out as a kid because they look all like husky, if that's a word, and like this spooky green wrinkly guy shows up. No offense to green people, of course. Don't want to be racist, but you know. Anyway, so I need more sticks. Yeah. So the grandma and the mom get like their souls sucked out, which was really, really scary as a kid. The kids, they escape and they go to their grandma's house, and it turns out that there's a potion that will fix everything and save people or whatever. And what is this? Okay, so it is silver, right? So oh man, no, come on, there's gotta be more. No, there's not more. How lame. Anyway, so so the potion is made of a bunch of monster parts, which I found kind of weird, saying that this is a society where everyone is a monster. So, like imagine if you had to like get human like hair or something to make like an ATM work or something. I don't know. That's probably a dumb analogy because I'm bad at analogies, but like. I can't be the only one who thinks it's kind of weird, but regardless of that, they get like a werewolf tooth and werewolf hair, a vampire tooth, and ghost sweat, which I always thought was pretty weird. And the nerd guy who I relate to, he also thought it was weird, which what a G, but he also thought it was weird because like ghosts are dead, so how can they sweat? But like, you know, but they all ignore him because they don't like him for some reason. Yeah. Anyway, so they like they do some stuff. So they get the potion ingredients and they make the potion, and then it turns out that okay. So before all this, I kind of forgot to mention this because I'm a very silly goose. They meet this guy who I think his name is like Calloway or something. Comment if I'm wrong. And maybe I'm being wrong on purpose for comment bait. You don't know. I'm not. I genuinely don't remember if that's his name or not. But anyway, he apparently used to date their mom, but like he's jealous or whatever. And he was nice, and he gave them like a lollipop and did magic tricks because he's a warlock. Ugh, I hate saying. Like warlocks and witches are completely different things. A witch is like a person who is like. To put it in D&D terms, a witch is more like a druid than a warlock, because a warlock is like someone who sells their soul to an entity or whatever, but like, whatever. I don't know. What do I know? Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh. Ow. Thank you, Java Healing. Shit. I'm just gonna recuperate after that. Anyway, so like the kids they like so he showed the Calloway guy, he like shows the kids some cool stuff and whatever, and they like him because he's nice or whatever. But turns out that he wasn't nice. He was actually the green guy, and he wanted their mom to like rule with him because he wants to take over the human world or whatever, because he's evil for some reason. They say no because like they're the main characters and they have willpower, unlike me. I would probably agree with him because humans are lame. Anyway, I prefer spider people. They're very attractive. But regardless of that, they say no and they like recite this cool spell. I don't remember the name. I don't remember what the spell was because I can't remember shit. They recite the spell and it's not working because there's not enough witchy power or something stupid like that. And so they get the guy who I relate to say the witchy spell. Despite the fact that this whole time he believed that he didn't have powers, that he was normal, but it turns out that he is a warlock. I still hate that. They defeat him, but like before they defeat him, he tries to kill them with like the soul sucky spell or whatever. they try to kill him with like he tries to kill them with like the soul sucky spell, and he almost succeeds on killing the girl, but like she is able to throw the candle potion thing into the giant pumpkin that runs the town for some reason because magic, and and like and like they and and that somehow defeats him for some reason. I don't really know why, but it does because the power of friendship and magic or something. I may sound like I'm being really critical of this movie, and to be fair, it does deserve some criticism. It's kind of sexist because, like, you know, it was made in the '90s or whatever, which, you know, I can't fully blame them for that. Like, you know, kind of everything was sexist in the '90s. But like, you know, that shouldn't exactly be like a reason, you know, like being a product of its time is always a reason, but like it shouldn't be like a like like we should still judge like Christopher Columbus just because, like, I mean, to be fair, people even back then thought he was evil, but like maybe he's not a good analogy, but regardless of that, but Halloween Town is not the only movie I want to talk about, because it has a sequel. Well, it actually has a few sequels, but I'm only going to talk about the second one. Well, I mean, I guess I talked about the high school one, but I don't actually remember most of that one. I only remember the scene with the ugly CGI abomination. But I remember most of the second movie. So, oh shit. So the second movie, it's like, I don't remember that much of it, but I do remember some key highlights, and I'm probably just gonna say them and then end the video. They like. So apparently Calloway had a son or whatever, which either means he was cheating on their mom or he gets a new girl, which kind of makes it weird that he wanted to, you know, her to be his queen or whatever, which, you know, that he's a bad guy. It makes sense if he does bad things, but like regardless, and the son tries to like turn all the humans into monsters at a Halloween party for some reason, and he also turns frogs into a person to date their mom. It was really weird. There was also time travel and a guy who was missing socks, but other than that, I don't really know much. But yeah, that's gonna be all, guys. Tigerpants signing out.